Hello guys, hope you're all doing fantastic as always. My name is TK and welcome back to Paragon. Now in today's video we're going to do something slightly different. What we're actually going to do is some card pack unpackings. Now that sounds rather strange, it's a weird sentence to say, but regardless of that, that is what this video is aimed at. Now the reason I'm doing this, I've seen a few people do this and it's quite an interesting matter really to actually find out what cards you obtain and discuss them. But also I'm on the hunt for some very critical and important cards that I'm actually missing myself, and though I've played over 500 games, I'm over level 50, there's still some very critical cards that I'm missing in my collection, which is quite unfortunate because they could be very well interpreted into some of my decks. Some of the cards we are missing are cards such as the Beastmaster's Key and the Guardian's Ward, which are pretty critical to certain decks, and the fact that I'm missing that after such an amount of time is quite underwhelming really. So what we're going to do, we're on the hunt for certain cards, but we're going to unpack 20 packs, so we're going to head over to the profile screen. And as you can see, we have 20 card packs remaining, so we're on the hunt for some very specific cards, but it's also going to be quite interesting to see what else we will obtain regardless. So we're just going to jump straight in. So to start off with, we're going to unpack a random intellect card. Which is a focus pierce. I've got a few of these. This gives us 48 physical penetration, which is quite boring. Not many people use pierce really, but they are quite. It's quite a good stat to have theoretically. So we have an advanced spark, which gives us 0.9 mana regen. We have enhanced mana, 300 mana. A dire shock, this gives us 48 energy penetration. We have a 2-cost health card giving us 200 health, and a 6-cost scarab claws, which gives us 5.5 attack speed, 2.5% cooldown reduction, and a unique passive of on hit with basic attack to a target with a shield, it shreds all of their armor for 6 seconds, which is quite nice actually, but for a 6 cost that is quite a costly card really. A random universal card. Bounty Stalker, I've never used this card really. I'm not a massive fan of it to be honest. It gives us a 6.5 physical damage buff, 100 health, and a basic attack on players grants a stack of 3 critical hit chance for 3 seconds. It is quite a nice card, but again it's a 6 cost, which is quite high really. It's a shame that card hasn't got a lower cost, because then it will be quite fundamental really. A random Fury card. A Fierce Chrono, nah. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but this gives us a 7.5% cooldown reduction time. So we have a 3-cost Sword of the Altar giving us a passive of 50%. No, what am I saying? It gives us 2.5 lifesteal, and fully upgraded the bonus is 50% critical hit bonus, which is a nice card if you know how to use it correctly. Toxigel, 5 cost, I've never seen this I don't think, this might be a new card. 200 health, 1.4 health regen, and a unique passive, while poisoned, gain 110 physical armor and energy armor against critical strikes. That's nice, but how many characters are you going to come across that are actually using poison? So it's kind of redundant I guess. But if you want to implement it into a guide, I guess it's up to you, but I can't see myself using that in all honesty. We have a major shock, which gives us 48 energy penetration, which is quite standard. A minor shock giving us 16 energy pen, and a focus shock giving us 48 energy pen. Quite a standard deck really. However, I've not pack shall I say. However, as I said, I've not seen the Toxigel. It seems quite interesting, but I don't really know how well the passive is going to be implemented really, because I can't really see many enemy players using poison. But regardless of that, it does seem quite a nice card. So we have a Minor Barrier, 22 energy armor, Raging Chrono, 10% cooldown reduction, an Empyrean Mask, which gives us a unique cycle on, let me read that correctly, a unique active of cycle between 19.5 physical damage and energy damage, 33 physical armor and energy armor, or 0.9 mana regen. I've never used that card, it could be quite interesting. We have a 1-cost Minor Barrier, giving us an upgrade of 22 energy armor, and a Dire Drain at 4 cost for 10 points of lifesteal. Another meh pack really. A random growth card. 1 Hunter's Drink. I've got too many of these to be honest. This gives us +6, plus 0.6 player level health regen for 15 seconds with a cooldown of 15 seconds. However, you do have 2 uses per card, which isn't too bad I guess. A random corruption card. Now I'm really getting into using the corruption affinity with heroes. It's quite nice. So what is this? A Dire Pierce. Why can't you give me something more interesting shall I say, in combination with that affinity? A Dire Pierce isn't what I need, but regardless this gives us 48 physical penetration. So far not so good. We're still missing 2 critical cards. I don't think I've got much luck in finding these cards to be honest. As I said, I'm level 50, 500 games plus in hand and I've still not obtained them. And as I said, it's still not here, so the luck isn't really looking too good. So we have a 3-cost Fracturing Spike, 16 physical penetration, a 0.3 shall I say, mana regen, fully upgraded bonus of 13 physical damage, which isn't too bad in all actual fact. It just depends on how you work it into certain decks. Another Hunter's Drink, another Focus Pierce, a Thorn Greenweave, which is a very, very good card. Well, I've used it in many decks, some that I've actually uploaded to YouTube with, and the decks that I'm talking about have had very high success rates. These kind of cards are very, very, very welcome into pretty much any deck I'd say. But obviously to use this card you have to be part of the growth affinity. This gives us 22 energy armor, 6.5 physical damage, and fully upgraded it gives us an extra 13 physical damage. Very nice card indeed. And to finish off we have a 3-cost greater health, giving us an upgrade of 300 extra health. Oh, where's these critical cards? The weekly card pack. I can't remember what week this was. Let's see what was in it. We have a Reverberate, active of physical, I'm getting this wrong, this gives us 13 physical damage and an active of 50% damage bonus against a shielded character for 5 seconds. With a cooldown though, however, of 2 minutes, which is quite a long time in all actual fact. We have a Hemorrhage, this gives us 2.5 cooldown reduction, a unique passive while bleeding, gain 16.5 attack speed and 19.5 physical damage. Now that's a very nice card, especially if you're playing against people like Feng Mao. That's quite a very nice card indeed. And to finish off this pack we have a 3-cost Mind Flow, giving us a passive of 75 mana and a unique passive of while over 50% mana gain 12.5 cooldown reduction, which is very nice indeed actually. Halfway through and we've still not got what we're looking for, just typical really. We have a 3-cost Dire Shock yet again, a 1-cost Minor Strike giving us an upgrade of 16.5 physical damage, a Bud of the Changeling giving us 100 health, 75 mana, a unique passive of while poisoned. Yet again, how often are you going to see characters that poison you? Regardless of that however, while poisoned increase all healing received by 100% including health regen and lifesteal. So it's a nice card, but yet again, how often are you going to come across characters that are going to use poison against you? We have a 5-cost Alpha Guard giving us 110 physical armor. That's a lot of armor, but it's also quite a high cost. And a 3-cost Beta Guard giving us 66 physical armor. Pretty self-explanatory. So We have a 1 cost less health, upgrade of 100 health. We have a Sinister Wound, 12% critical hit chance, but it is quite costly for 4 points. It's quite a high raise though at 12%, but as I said, 4 points is quite a lot. We have a Silver Spear giving us 6.5 physical damage, 1.4 health regen and 75 mana. Fully upgraded, this gives us an extra 75 mana, which is quite tasty. We have Merrow Fangs, 4 cost for 2.5 lifesteal, 16 physical penetration, and a unique passive of while bleeding on hit with basic attack, steal 66 physical armor from target. I can see the use of that, but it's still quite high of a cost for what it is. And we have a Blast Harness. Now this is a very good card. Obviously the fully upgraded bonus gives you quite a lot of damage. 5.5 attack speed, which is pretty standard. If you implement this very early on though, and then you start to build up critical hit chance, then fully upgrade this, then you should have quite a tasty damage output. We have a 3 cost pure mana, upgrade of 225 mana. We have a 4 cost Vine Heart, 100 health, 16 penetration and fully upgraded bonus of 300 health, which isn't too bad. I mean, if you stack a lot of health onto that, you might get an extra 1000 health just by using this card. This one card, shall I say. So that's quite a nice bonus to your health, although the energy penetration is quite low. But if you're going to use this card, I'd definitely stick to sticking health upgrades into it, definitely. Another Major Pierce, 48 physical penetration. A Golden Veil, 22 energy armor, 6% critical hit chance, and fully upgraded, this gives us an extra 22 energy armor. Again, like the Vine Heart, if you stick armor onto this rather than the critical hit chance, I think you're going to have a better usage of this card. And 1 cost, 1 barrier token, 22 energy armor. So it's still not looking too good. We have another 7 packs remaining and we've still not found what we're looking for. And we're not going to find it in this because this is an order affinity. We have a 3 cost pure mana of an upgrade of 225 mana. Pretty self-explanatory. It's not looking good, guys. We have a 3 cost Righteous Wound, an upgrade of 9% critical hit chance. A 3 cost Fierce Chrono, 7.5 cooldown reduction. A 2 cost Kinetic, upgrade of 11 points of attack speed. A 1 cost Guard token, 22 physical armor, and an Everglass. I really don't use this, I've never seen the point in it. But it gives us a 5% cooldown reduction and an active. For 6 seconds on hit with ability, it gains 280 max movement speed for 6 seconds, with a cooldown, however, of 3 minutes, which is quite a lot, especially if you're paying 6 points to actually obtain the card. It's quite costly. I can very rarely see myself using that, if ever. It's still not looking good. We have a 3 cost Gift of the Rains, 0.3 mana regen, 1.4 health regen, and a fully upgraded bonus of 2.8 health regen. Nice card. How often you'll use it though, I'm not quite sure. It's a nice card to play in terms of Rampage. That is if you play him correctly, because most people don't, unfortunately. We have a 3 cost Venom Shell, 22 physical armor, 6.5 energy damage, and fully upgraded, this gives us yet another 13 points of energy damage. A 4 cost Sinister Wound with a 12% critical hit chance. A Teleblink, this gives us a 0.3 mana regen, a unique active of consume 35% of your base mana to teleport forward. Yeah, I'm just not going to use this. Nope. A Feral Stone, a common passive, 5.5 attack speed, fully upgraded, 58% critical hit chance. Now we've already seen this. Give me some goddamn cards that I need, please. A 4 cost Thermo Bond, giving us 100 health, 22 energy armor, a unique passive of while burning, gain 110 physical armor and energy armor against critical strikes. Not too bad, I guess. A 2-cost Reaper's Key. This is a very nice card to use very early on in any corruption deck. I tend to use this in any corruption deck that I play in actual fact. This gives us a harvester placement with a 3-second placement time. It gives us 6.5 energy damage, 3% critical hit chance, and a unique passive of the fact that your harvester keys refresh each time you return to base. Very nice card to use very early on in any corruption deck. We have a 3-cost major cast. I'm surprised I've not seen a lot of these coming through in this 20 packs, to be honest, as well, I'd say they're very common, even though it says uncommon. But this greatly increases energy damage dealt to enemies, giving us a 19.5 energy damage buff. A 1-cost basic strike, 0.3 mana regen, and a fierce chrono. We've seen this before, however, 7.5 cooldown reduction. Oh my dear me. So we have a 5-cost Alpha Guard, giving us an upgrade of 110 physical armor. We have a Mutagem, 6.5 physical damage, 75 mana, fully upgraded, an extra 1.50 mana. Quite standard really. We have a Focus Drain, 7.5 lifesteal, a Beta Guard, 66 physical armor, and yet another Jungle Drink. We have a 4-cost Perfect Mana, giving us 300 extra mana. We have an 8-cost, that's extremely expensive, Hydro Server, giving us 0.3 mana regen, 100 health, and a unique passive of gain energy damage equal to 7% of current mana. Now obviously if you're doing a massive mana deck, saying that though, if you're, say you have 1,000 mana points, this is only giving you 7% of that. That's an extra 70 damage on top of the damage that you already have stacked, which isn't in actual fact very good, in all honesty, especially for 8 points. That is very expensive for such an underwhelming card. That is never getting used, I'm sorry. However, the artwork does look nice, and the name's quite cool, but it's still quite a pants card. We have an Impact Hammer, a very tasty card in any, well, I'd say any kind of fighter build. It's pretty much used in any kind of fighter deck I've used. You can also implement it into tank decks. It's not too bad late game, especially if you've just let me clear my throat, especially if you've at least built a tank correctly to the point where you can use this late game to get that extra bit of damage. But it's quite a standard card in any sort of attack focused deck really. We have a 4-cost Beta Heal, an upgrade of 5% health regen, and a 3-cost Quartz Blade, giving us 6.5 physical damage, 0.3 mana regen, and 100 health. Fully upgraded, this also gives us an extra 100 health. Now I didn't quite read out the Impact Hammer. It gives us 13 physical damage, 3% critical hit chance, and fully upgraded an extra 6.5 physical damage. Very tasty card indeed, for a 3-cost at least. And the last card pack, I can highly doubt seeing that we're going to find any of the cards what I'm actually looking for in any of these decks. I mean, I'm hoping, but knowing my luck, there's just no point. And as I thought, my luck just doesn't run well. We have yet another Bounty Stalker. We've already seen this, it's quite pants. A Brutal Kinetic, 16.5 attack speed. Now I've never seen this. A Wicked Stigma. This gives us 2.5 cooldown reduction, 100 health, and an active for 6 seconds on hit with ability. Gain vision of targets for 10 seconds. I can see the use of it, but for 5 costs it doesn't really give you the upgrades that I'd say is worth for 5 points really. But I can see the actual ability that's attained from the card being quite useful, I guess. We have a 1-cost Lesser Health, giving us an upgrade of 100 health, and finally we have a 2-cost Rage Heart Engine, giving us 16 physical penetration, 2.5 cooldown reduction, and a fully upgraded bonus of yet again an extra 2.5% cooldown reduction. Now after that, all I can say is I'm quite disappointed. I mean, there's some cool cards we've come across, however I'll probably never use them. I'm quite strict in the way that I build my cards, my deck shall I say. I try to get as much use from the points that I'm spending, to be honest. I don't really like using high cost cards, especially if they're not actually that useful in all honesty. But we've seen some newer cards, I'm guessing, which are quite interesting, but what I really wanted from this unpacking, shall I say, was either a Beastmaster's Key or a Guardian's Ward, or both of them would have been nice, to be honest, but any one of them would have done for the time being. But anyway guys, this is a Paragon card unpacking video. I hope you've enjoyed. I know it's something a bit different, it might not interest all of you, but I wanted to do it for a bit, and I thought I'd save up some reputation so I can get quite a substantial amount of card packs behind me. I don't really just want to do a video where I'm unpacking two and the video goes on for less than a minute. There's really not much point in that. But as I said, I hope you enjoyed it. It's been quite interesting looking into the cards, finding some new cards. However, I've not found the cards I wanted. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're having a fantastic day, as always. And all that's left for me to say now is farewell. See you later, guys.